Hello, welcome to another wonderful tutorial. So today what we are going to do, we are going to cut an Ankara trouser, but this pattern that I'm going to use, yeah, you will use it for any other trouser. It doesn't necessarily have to be Ankara trouser. So for what we are going to need now, of course we need our fabric. So this is 6 yards of fabric. I'm going to use to cut trouser and a jacket. Now we are going, these are the equipment we will need. We need our hip curve, long ruler, shorter ruler. Now this thing, it is very important. If you don't know, it is known as tracing wheel. You can use it to transfer pattern, and we're going to use it to transfer the back pattern, because in this tutorial we're going to cut both the front and the back on the same pattern paper. Then I'll now use this tracing wheel and transfer the back to it. You understand what I'm saying soon? And of course we'll need our pencil. I came prepared, I brought two. If you're having any issues with trouser, especially the crotch part of trouser, maybe by the time you sew the trouser, the inner thigh, especially for a fatter person, the inner thigh is not jumping. Not those trousers that the down part of the leg, the inner inseam will be jumping, or you see that your crotch is squeezed. There is a tutorial, I did a tutorial earlier on how to take a very accurate measurement. I will link it in the description of this video, so you can kindly watch it, so you will know how you take your measurement. So by the time you take your measurement and you apply this pattern that I'm going to use to draft it, if you apply this pattern, you will come back and testify that your trouser will not be having any issues. So without making much ado about nothing, let's start with our tutorial. You notice I've already, this is my pattern paper. Now on the pattern paper I measured 3 inch from the topmost part. I measure 3 inch, so we're not making use of this, but just make sure you measure 3 inch. Like I said, we are drafting the front and the back on the same pattern paper. So these 3 inches, I've already removed it. So anytime we want to draft now, we'll start from here. At the same time, at the side, I've also gone ahead to remove 3 inches also straight down. So there's 3 inches here and there's 3 inches here. Now I've also gone ahead to rule our, from our waist to our knee, which is 18 inches. This is the line, waist to knee 18. I've also gone ahead to read waist to the ankle, which is 44. But in order for us to start, this is our measurement. Our full length is 44, our knee is 18. I've measured it from here. Please ignore these 3 inches here, we'll need it later, but not now. So on my measurement, I'm starting from this place, 3 inches, 18 inches. This is the knee, and I've also measured the full length, which is 44. Our waist to hip is 8 inches. That is the distance between your waist and your hip, is also known as hip curve. In this instance, it is 8 inches. Our knee is 25. Like I said, it's a straight trouser or a basic trouser we are cutting, which means the knee and the ankle, they are the same measurement. So our knee is 25. I'm going to use that same for the ankle. So our ankle is 25 inches. Our hips is 45. Now our front crotch extension, the formula is universal. Is your hips divided by 20 for front crotch extension. In this instance, my hip is 45 divided by 20 is 2.25. Our back crotch extension is hips divided by 10. In this instance, 45 divided by 10, which is 4.5. So these are all the measurements you are going to need. Then our waist measurement, I didn't write it there. Our waist is 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So these are all the measurements you are going to need. Now let's draft. In order for us to draft, I'm going to divide my hips divided by 4, which is 11.25. So I'm going to use that 11.25 to create a box. Please note, I'm starting on my measurement from this line. I'm ignoring these 3 inches I put on top and here, please. So I'm going to measure 11.25. Our hips divided by 4, use it to create a box. Hips divided by 4, 11.25, 11.25, mark a dot. Can you see it? Then 11.25 also. So now you're going to use your ruler to connect it together. In order for us to be sure, please cross check once more. Yes, this is 11.25. I'm cross checking. This is also 11.25. This is complete, which means every sides are equal. Our hips divided by 4. Now we're going to impute our hips waist to hip measurement. In this instance is 8 inches. So I'm just imputing 8 inches. I'm starting from this line, 8 inches. Now I'm going to connect it together. After connecting it, you will try and extend this line. This line, extend it out a bit. Okay, so our crotch hips front crotch extension is 2.25. So from here I'm going to come out by that 2.25. So this is our 2.25. I'm going to mark it. This is for the front. Then on this hip line, let me write it so you know this is hip line and this is crotch line. On this crotch line I'm going to come out by 0.25. Now you are going to take your ruler, connect this place, let it link to this place and connect it into this line. So let's do it now. Can you see it? Now we are going to measure from this line. Now measure it to this place. Anything you get, measure it. For me I got 13 and a half. Can you see it? 13 and a half. So I'm going to divide that 13 and a half by 2. I will just fold my tape and mark what I have, the midpoint. I'll mark it here. I'll mark it the same way here too. That's 6.75. I'm trying to get the midpoint. So I'm going to extend it to the down of the trouser. Connect it. Let it get to the crotch line. Good. So for emphasis again, line. How did I get this line? I measured from this point here to the edge here. I measured it. I got 13 and a half. I divided it by 2. I got 6.75. So from here I measured 6.75. I measured it down. Then I connected it to a straight line for emphasis. So I've gotten the midpoint. Now our knee is 25 inches. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So you see that 12.5, we are going to measure it. We are going to divide it by 2. Half will be here, half will be here. So 12.5 divided by 2 will give me 6.25. So that means I'm going to put 6.25 here. I'm going to put 6.25 here. If you notice, I'm not putting any allowance yet. So I'm going to measure 6.25 here. This is 6.25. I'm going to mark it. Then I'm just going to measure 12.5 here. Can you see it? I'm going to do the same for the ankle. So let's do it. The same measurement I used for the knee, I'm going to use it for the ankle. So let's do the ankle now. I'm going to measure 6.25 here. And I'm going to measure 12.5 here. Now that I've done it, what I'm going to do now is to connect it to the down part. Then connect it. I'll connect all the line that I marked. So let's connect it together. Now that I've drawn this place, so I've finished with the knee part and the ankle part. Now let's focus on the upper part now. Our waist measurement is 9.5. So you are going to impute it. So 9.5, I'm going to add 1 inch that. So it will be 10.5. So I'm going to start the measurement from here. So I'll measure 10.5. So this is 10.5. So what I'm going to do from this 10.5, I will just connect it to this point. I'll use my curved rule. Except the person is straight, use your curved rule so that it will have fitting. Make sure you extend it up a bit. You understand why soon. Can you see it? Now from this place, come up by 0.5 inch. This is it. I've come up by 0.5 inch. Now you are going to use your curve rule now. From this place, connect it to this point and blend it here. So I'm going to connect mine now. Look at the way I'm placing my ruler, please. So I'll just connect it to the crotch line and just blend it in. Just blend it. Can you see it? Can you use your hand to just blend it? Now for this place, all you have to do is connect this point to this crotch line. Can you see it? Now let's impute our dart. So you divide this whole line now, is 10.5, right? Divide it by 2. 10.5 divided by 2. It's 5.25. This is it. Now you measure for the front dart. The length is 4.5 inch. So I'll just mark it. So you extend this line to 4.5 inches and you mark it. Can you see it? So take it 1/2 inch on both sides and just connect it. Now it came up by 1/2 inch. Connect this 1/2 inch, connect it to the second dart leg, this place. So you just connect it like this. Can you see it? So our front is ready. Attention, remember I told you that we are going to cut our front pattern and our back pattern on the same pattern paper. So in order for you not to get confused, please indicate it. Maybe you just write front on all these lines, write F. It will show you that this is front. For me, I can identify it, but for you that are doing this kind of thing for the first time, you might get confused. So on all the lines that shows our trouser, just write F for this line. It will help you when you are trying to transfer your back pattern. So I've written F everywhere. I even wrote it on the down part so that it will be easy for me to know that okay, this line is for the front. Just write F. Write F. On the sides, write F to show you that okay, this is the front. When you are transferring the pattern, can you see it? Even the dart, write F there on the dart. On the waist, write F. You understand why I'm doing this thing. So now that we are done, I've written F all over. Now that we have designed our front pattern with F to indicate the front, it's time to now cut the back. Now for the back, on this crotch line, this place, come in by 1 inch. That's the first thing you will do. Come in by 1 inch and mark it. On the waistline, come in by 2 inches and mark it. Then you take your ruler, connect this line together. When you connect it, please extend it, let it extend up. Do you understand? So now let's do it. Can you see it? Now for us not to get confused, immediately you write this line, put back, BB, back. So it shows that this line is for the back. So now that you've done that, ahead to indicate it, this is back immediately. So when I'm transferring it, to be easy, you know that lines are already plenty. It will be easy for me. Now I've come in by 1 inches, 2 inches, and I've extended the line up. Our back crotch extension is 4.5. We calculated it earlier. So now you are going to measure 4.5, starting from this point, this back line. You measure 4.5 and mark it. Then on this hip line, you come out the way you did for the front. You come out by 0.25 inch. 0.25 inch. Now you are going to take your curve once more. You are going to connect it from this line, connect it to this line, and link it to this back crotch. That's why I told you earlier to mark your front, because by the time plenty line, you get confused. It's either you do this or you use two different marker to do your front and the back, so you understand. So I'm just going to connect it. You can see that it's not like the front. This one is longer because of our bump. So you just connect it, then connect it like this. Blend it. Immediately indicate it that this is the back. Can you see it? Indicate it here that this is the back. It will help you. Now that you are done with this, please blend this one. It's too sharp. Let me blend it. Now you are done with this, you come to the waist point now. For the waist, you come up by 1.5. No matter, like from bum bum or from hips 38 to 45, 46, you can come up by 1.5. But if the person is very the hip is very big, you can come up by 2 inches. But this one, even to hip 50, you can still come up by 1.5 inches. So you come up from this line, come up by 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. And you see it, you come up by 1.5 inches. Now our hips divided by 4 is 11.25. So from this back crotch line, you measure that 11.25. Measure it now. 11.25. Before then, these lines, extend them out. You are going to need them now. Extend this line. Now you are going to, that extra 3 inches we kept earlier is now that I'm making use of it. So I've extended this line. So our hips is 45 divided by 4 is 11.25. From this back line now, come out by 11.25 and mark it. 11.25. This is it. Now measure the allowance, the difference you have here. If you do it right, if it is 3 inches you left, by the time you measure, you discover that you have 1.9. You see the allowance that is here, measure it here too, transfer it here. So you are going to measure the 1.9. You indicate it. Do you understand? You've indicated it now. Measure this place. Now we'll now come to the waist. Our waist is 9.5 plus 1 inch, that's 10.5. Do you understand? So now 10.5, you are going to measure this 10.5. You hold it like this. You put this thing on this mark here, put your tape rule here. Please slant it to this side. You will now measure your 10.5. So I got my 10. This is my 10.5 here. I'll mark it. However, on this side, I'll come up by 0.5 inch. You remember we came up by that for the front. So we're going to do the same for the back. Can you see it? Now we are going to connect this line to this point. So let's connect it now. This is this. Please, I'm writing back so that we know this is the back. Do it, it's because of you. Can you see it now? Now we've done the waist. We are going to take our ruler now and just connect this point, connect it to the waist. On our knee line, go out by 0.5. On this knee line, add 0.5 inch on both sides. So I'm going to measure 0.5 inch on both sides till the ankle and mark it. 0.5 inch on both sides. 0.5 ruler and rule it. Connect all the lines. See it. So I've connected it. So I'm going to indicate it. This is the back, like I did for the front. Back, back, back. I will indicate it here to back. back. So I'm done with the down part. Now let's impute the darts for the back. So of course we do it the same way. 10.5 divided by 2 is 5.25. We are going to mark it. After marking it, you are going to measure for the back dart is 5.5 inches. The length of the back dart is 5.5 inches. So you just indicate it 5.5 inches. This is 5.5. You connect it. This is our back dart. So you come on both sides by 0.5 inch. Connect it. Can you see it? So indicate that this is the back dart. So our trouser is ready. Our pattern is ready. I'm going to place this pattern paper under and place this one that I've drafted on top of it. Secured my pattern, both the front and the back. See, I placed a plain pattern paper under this one. So now I'm going to take my tracing wheel. This is the tracing wheel. What you are going to do now is to trace all the back pattern. Please don't trace the front. All the lines that will indicate that it's for back. Trace everything, including the darts. Everywhere that you indicated back, trace it. Now look at what I'm doing. So far you've placed a plain pattern under. I place this one on top. If you use your tracing wheel to just line the back, it will come out. So now let's do it. I'm going to start from here. So look at what I'm doing. This is our back pattern. This is the dart. Please, only the back. Don't make the mistake of adding the front too. It will affect your pattern. Just the back. Those lines that you wrote that is back. BB. So I've traced the dart. So I'm going to trace the crotch now. So let me trace the waist. Just the back. I'm tracing the hip line. The crotch line. You can use this tracing wheel to replicate your pattern. Like this is a pattern master. So you can just replicate it several times and be using this pattern to do the other things. So now just hold it together. Please don't let it move or it will affect your pattern. Just gently continue tracing. You can see I'm moving all the things I used to secure it so it will not shake. I'll continue tracing. Like I said, only trace the lines that you indicated that is for the back. Trace only those lines. I'm going to trace the main line so I will know. Can you see it? Just the back. I'm tracing just the back. Now that I'm done, before you remove the front part, please check very well if you've traced everything. check the lines. If you've traced all the back lines that you're supposed to trace, if you've traced them, check it very well. So for me, I've done that, so I can safely remove the topmost part, so it will show me what I've been tracing since new pattern. So now if you trace it well, you will see the lines showing. So you just take your pencil now and make the lines bold. That's what I'm trying to do now. If you cannot see it, but if you have tracing, you cannot see it. If in case you cannot see it, what I'm doing now, if you have tracing wheel and you try it, it will show, it will be showing some dot. The tracing pattern will be there, so you just use your pencil and trace it out. It's very easy to use. Now that I'm done with tracing this pattern, this is how it looks. I cannot cut it out, so I'll just cut out the marked part. I can cut it out now. So this is how our back is looking. So you indicate it here, back. So now this is our pattern. We've removed the back, so now I want to cut out the front. So now on this place, you are not minding the back anymore. What you are dealing with is those lines that will indicate front. So that's what I'm going to cut out now. The lines that indicate front is my business now. Yep, so we are done. So this is the front. Ignore this that, or this that is for the back. You know, if you've written BB, you know, so ignore it. You don't need it anymore. This is the front that you need. So cut out our front pattern. So what you are going to do next is to come down from this place, come down by 0.5 inch. If you notice, when some people wear trouser, this place will be bulging. That's what I'm trying to eliminate. You fold your front dart, your front. We're not using this one anymore. Let me cancel it so you will not get confused. So it's not our business anymore. Our front dart now, you fold it like this. This 0.5 inch that you made, please, from this place, link it to this dart. Can you see it? Then cut it off. You don't need it anymore. Cut it off. Now it's time for us to cut the pocket for the front. I always want to get confused. I'm going to use my eraser and just clean out the back that. The first thing we are going to do, we are going to remove the band from this pattern. So it depends on how long you want your band to be. Some people they use 2 inches, some people they use 1.5. In this instance, I want my band to be a bit tiny. So I'm going to remove 1.5 inch from this pattern. I'm doing the same for both the front and the back. 1.5 inch. When I get to this front dart, I'm going to close it up. I'll close the front dart like this, and I will just continue and remove 1.5 inch. So you can just take your ruler and connect it. Make sure you close the dart before you attempt to remove your band. So now that I've removed my band 1.5 inch, I'm going to cut it out. Cut it out. Can you see it? I've cut it out. So if you did very well, this is how your dart for the front, ignore this. So this is how the dart for your front will look like. So now it's time for us to create our pocket. So now from your side, you come in by 2.5 inch, because the depth of my pocket, I'm using 7 inches. The beauty of this pattern is that you will get everything you want from the pattern. I'm using 7 inches. So this is my 7 inches. 4 just slightly below my hip line. Can you see it? So I'll just take my curved rule. Can you see it? So now from this point, go in by 3.5 inches from this point here. So I'll go in by 3.5 inches. I'm trying to create my pocket bag. This is it. 3.5 inches. From this point, come down by 3.5 inches also. This should be enough. No matter how big your hand is, this should be able to fit. Now you take your ruler and connect it. Just connect this line together. So this is it. So from this point here, in order for it to be a bit curved, you can just come in by 1 inches. Then just use your hand to connect it on both sides, just so you have this curved effect. Can you see it? So this is our pocket bag, and this place, we cut this one out. So the next thing we are going to do now that we've created our pocket, we are going to bring a plain piece of paper. We are going to bring a plain piece of paper and place it like this. I told you then that this tracing wheel is very important. We're trying to trace out the pocket. So just plain piece of paper. So the first thing I want to trace the pocket bag. So look at what I'm doing now. From the lines I draw, I will trace out the pocket bag and trace it this side. Just check how you will see what I'm doing. Let me move it a bit so that I will maximize. So I'm trying to trace the pocket bag now. You might not see it, but I'm doing it like this, creating dotted lines. So it will help me. It will guide me. No, this. Let me try and show you how the dotted line looks so that you won't be as if I'm doing magic. Can you see? Can you see it has created dotted lines? I hope this camera can pick it. It has created dotted lines. So the next thing I want to do now is to create the pocket facing. You still place your pocket on top. Your pocket on top. Now what we want to trace now? We are going to trace it, but we are going to ignore this side. We are using this line as our starting point like this. So that's what we are tracing for the pocket facing. So let's trace it out. Can you see? So you raise it up. Just trace out what you were drawing. So this is our pocket bag. These are pocket facing. This is the opening of our pocket. And this is the side. This is the two side with the opening. Do you understand? So now the next thing we want to do on this pattern now is to impute our allowance. So by the time we impute our allowance, when I want to cut it on the fabric for this pocket, I'm not adding anything. So what you need to note is that whatever you are adding as the side seam for your main fabric, that's the same thing you add for the side pocket. So for me now, I want the allowance for my side to be half inches. So I'm going to add half inch throughout. Do you understand? So let me do it now. Can you see half inch on both my pocket bag and my pocket facing? So I won't need to add any allowance when I'm cutting it on fabric, and I added half inch throughout. For some people you can add 1 inch on the side. It depends on the allowance you need for the side. For me, half inch is okay. I don't want my pocket to be, my trouser to be swollen, so now I can cut it out. So we've gotten it now. These are pocket facing, these are pocket bag. So when I want to cut, we just place it and cut it. We're not adding any allowance because we already added allowance. Now let's remove our band for the back. Then we are done with this pattern. So these are our back. So the same thing we did for the front, we are going to do it for the back. We want to remove 1.5 inch for band. So all I have to do is to just close this dart. This is the back. Just close this dart, then you measure your 1.5 inch. So you just connect it. And so we are done. This is our back pattern. This is our front pattern. This is our pocket bag, and this is our pocket facing. So we've gotten everything we need to make a complete trouser. So the next thing I want to do now is to transfer this to the pattern. I'm adding half inch on all the sides of the trouser except the pocket bag and pocket facing because I've already added allowance. So let's do it now. So I'm gonna head to use pin to secure the front and the back part of my pattern to my ankara. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add half inch throughout. I'll add half inch on the sides, the inseam, the side, the hip, half inch everywhere. That will be my sewing allowance. Add half inch on the crotch. At the top part, I'll add half inch. But for the down, I'm adding 1 inch to fold it in. Do you understand? So let's do it now. Note when I'm cutting this place, I'm going to notch where my dart starts from. So it will be easier for me when I'm doing it. Do you understand? Anything I do here, I will replicate it for the front. So I'm going to notch it. So this shows me that this is where my dart starts from. Do you understand? So you continue cutting. Can you see it? So I'm done. So I'll just use my chalk to indicate the front and the back. So I'll remove my pins now, then I'll cut for the front. And so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out this pocket opening. Cut it out. You don't need it anymore. This is the front. So now I've pinned it down. I will do exactly what I did for the back. I'll do for the front now. So I'm going to measure half inch on the pocket opening, half inch on the side, half inch on the inseam, the crotch half inch, then the down 1 inch, the top half inch. So let's do it now, then we'll cut it out. Just exactly what I did. So now that I've done, so now it's time to cut it out. I've already marked half inch on all the sides. Can you see it? So we're done for the front. So it's time for us to cut our pocket bag, and we're done with the cutting of this trouser. Oh, I'm cutting two pieces of this and two pieces of this because it's two pockets. So I'll just place it. I'm not adding any allowance. I'm just cutting it straight. Pocket bag or shield, and these are pocket facing. Can you see two pieces? So we're done with the drafting of this trouser pattern. So the next thing I want to do now is to sedge it, or in local parlance weave it. I'm not weaving this side of this pocket facing. Ignore this side, don't weave this side, but weave it round. Ignore the up too. So I'll weave this one round. I'm going to weave the front and the back of this trouser. So next class we are now going to learn how we're going to attach all these pieces together to form a very beautiful trouser. If you like this tutorial, kindly like, subscribe and share, and come back for more videos, because I'm going to do a series of videos on how to make trousers perfectly, whether it's palazzo, bell bottom, all the type of trouser you need, even those trousers that are pleated at the waist. I'm going to learn everything on this channel. So thank you very much for watching. Kindly leave this video a thumbs up. Bye bye.